Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, in this video I'm going to be reviving the 1v1 Me series, a series where I sit down one-on-one with another content creator and we talk about who they are, the identity of their content, their journey, all that stuff. We get to know some content creators a little bit more closely. We've done Glad, we've done MTash, Rick Cactus, and today our special guest is a guy named DFlawless. If you're not familiar with him, he's a phenomenal content creator. Check him out on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. He makes these just incredible short skits. He's kind of taken off lately. He's got tens and tens of thousands of views on his videos on Twitter and TikTok, and he depicts these skits, these scenes that are relevant to the Destiny community specifically, but also branches out into other gaming communities as well. So please help me give him a warm welcome here on our channel and check out this great interview I was able to do with him. All right, welcome DFlawless here in the hot seat today. Excited to have you on the show. I actually haven't done the show in over a year, so it'll be good to get back into the vibe of it.
Yeah. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, I've been eating up your stuff on Twitter, especially these past few weeks, and I just chuckle like an idiot. Just look
Twitter. Wait, there's a guy on DFlawless named Twitter. Or I said that backwards. There's a guy on Twitter named DFlawless.
he's killing it already out there. Yeah, I said that because I'm in the evenings after the kids go to bed. That's when I doom scroll Twitter, and I'm sitting there on the couch next to my wife. And I'm just over there snickering, and she's like, "What are you looking at now?" I'm like, "It's another one of DFlawless's skits. You won't understand it."
Man, that's awesome.
So let me ask you this: what is it about that format? This that kind of content, these short little like skits. What is it about that content that really kind of drew you in, that made you want to commit? Like, that's what I want to do.
So it actually started a long. How much time you have, TV?
I got all night, baby.
It started when I was starting my Twitch channel. And it didn't start as TikToks. I actually put off getting a TikTok for a really long time. And I started my Twitch channel, and the problem with Twitch is growing or getting discovered when you're brand new. So I'm just sitting here thinking about what I can do to get discovered. And I had kind of did some, little off the wall little videos, but it was all basically just, hey, I'm live, come watch me. And then I came across a tweet from another creator, and they said, hey, really spice up your going live tweets. Yeah. That way people won't ignore it because it looks like the same thing. Because people tend to ignore the same thing over and over. So I was like, all right, I can do that. And that's when I started making the characters. And then people really started liking that. Long story short, fast forward, recently I've decided I wanted to get more into the Destiny, into the gaming community. My characters were always just my characters. Yeah. So then I said, let's make these videos about the game that I love, Destiny. And then it kind of just went from there.
You just integrated your characters seamlessly into it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. So your flavor is really fun. You have a lot of these videos where you start off sort of like low key, and then you flip a switch and turn on the attitude. So that sort of delivery style, that comedy style, is that derived from anything? Maybe you watch like shows or comedians or something like that, sort of inspired that flavor for you?
So I love the Fall Guy, like Seinfeld, right? I love Seinfeld. And like I feel like stuff is always happening in George.
Sure.
So I felt like, in a lot of my videos, I'm the George, and like some of my other characters, they're doing stuff to me and I just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm the straight guy, and then all this wackiness is just happening around me. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. So that's kind of, that's probably my biggest influence, but obviously, Eddie Murphy, a lot of big comedians growing up, stuff like that.
Yeah. And these characters that you have, are any of them like inspired by real people? Like you're like, no, Auntie is my auntie. It's literally just a copy and paste.
Yes. Yes, I have an aunt that is almost exactly like Auntie Flawless. So like, she's just a straight auntie. I don't even know. I'm kind of scared to show my aunt.
Right.
Auntie videos. I was like, look, Auntie, this is you. And she's like, child, that ain't me. And she goes. But pretty much all my characters are inspired by both real relatives of mine, but also to get introspective, they're inspired by just different aspects of my personality. Like,
sure.
Everyone's got the irritable side of them, and that's obviously Auntie. She's just like just don't irritate me. And then there's Uncle. He's like the the fun-loving, the fun uncle.
Yeah.
Showtime, he's a diva, you know, because we all have a little diva in
A little
us.
bit,
Then,
yeah.
You know, so.
So, speaking of your family, if, you know, you reference your relatives. Do any of them know about what you're doing right now and the content that you're making? And what's their response to that?
It's fun. They like it. They're supportive. They, you know, my wife has gotten used to seeing me dress up as a
and walking around the house. And...
yeah, just got a big auntie. Like I snuck up on her one day. I was in full auntie costume.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
She was like, that was not,
you gotta stop that. That's great.
So that's the only time it gets weird, when I'm in costume and like they don't know that I'm.
Yeah.
Because I just keep everything in my house, and they're just like, "What are you doing?"
You ever have her hold the camera?
So yes, she held the camera one time. I actually wasn't even in costume. It's the video. It's one of my earliest videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably my favorite video. It's where I'm running around the streets. It's like a Rocky montage.
Okay.
And you know, I'm basically the premise of the video is, oh man, how am I going to top that last Go Live video? And then all of a sudden, Coach Flawless comes out of nowhere. He's like, whatever the coach's name from Rocky, the old guy, and he's like, oh, you know, you could do it, kid. And then it's just me running through New Orleans, and so she's holding the camera in a couple of those shots, and she's got this. She did an awesome job. It was a one take. At the last scene, it's like she pans the camera around me. And she got it perfect, and like I jump in the air and it freeze frames. It's like a Rocky thing.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's right. Yeah, you're New Orleans.
Yep.
I remember you mentioned that. We had a brief conversation on Twitter about that. I think because I had like tweeted about, man, I'm jonesing for some New Orleans food, man. I miss being down in the Big Easy. Get some of that crawfish etouffee and that Cajun food. Yeah,
come down. I got you. Whatever you want, I'll hook you up.
That's right, man. Y'all have that's the thing. I mean, I love about down there. Y'all have so much character in your culture.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
A lot of places don't have that. A lot of places it's a lot more timid than New Orleans culture.
Yeah, my least favorite thing is when you visit a place and it's like New Orleans style on the menu. I just steer clear of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't want anything to do with it.
That's right. So let me ask you this. Kind of transitioning back to your content. How long have you been a Destiny gamer? Were you D1 diehard, or did you hop into it later?
Well, true Vanguard. I've been playing Destiny since D1. It was almost instantly my favorite game. I had just gotten a PlayStation 4. I was newly married, and my wife surprised me with the PS4. PS4, PS3.
That'd be the 4.
Whatever one had PS4. Okay. And I go to my brother's house. He's like, "Oh man, you got to try out Destiny." It's from the people that made Halo. I was a big Halo fan, and I played it. I started as a Warlock, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." You know, you got grenades, you Nova Bomb, all cool, Inspired Tank. And then I was like, "Wait, hunters have capes?" And the cape sold me, so I got it. I bought my copy, so I wouldn't be playing my brother's copy, and I created a hunter, and the rest is history. I've just been a hunter main ever since. I've been full bore. I was actually trying to learn how to snipe, because I used to love how to snipe in Halo.
Yeah. And
I'm searching. I remember it. I remember the moment. I was in Disney World, so I wasn't playing, but I was like, you know, I was in line. I'm just like, okay, oh, man, this is a great time to learn how to snipe. Because I'm in this long Disney, Disney line. And sure enough, I find True Vanguard Sniper School. So you're like one of the first people first content creators I was introduced to, and it's because of Destiny. So it's crazy that I'm here right now talking to you.
Well, I mean, I think that's like all of our stories, quite frankly. I mean, all of us were like, oh man, we just happened to run into each other in this Destiny community in some way, shape, or form, and then a lot of us just became good friends through it. You know, yeah. I now consider like Mtashed and Rick Kakis, KJ Hobie are some of my closest friends. I talk to them almost daily, and that never would have happened if it weren't for this game called Destiny. That's right. And so even with the highs and lows and as fired up as we can all get in our content, our tweets, and all that stuff, at the end of the day, it's like, man, this is kind of home, though. It's got that home vibe.
Destiny's always going to be home, man. Even when there's low seasons, slow seasons, if anytime anything new comes out, I'm gonna be checking it out. I love Destiny. I love the people that make it. I love the community. So I'm always going to be here.
Were you making content back in D1?
No, no. I've only been making we just surpassed a year, I think last month,
Okay.
of just even attempting content creation at all. I was always nervous to start. And COVID happened and I'm sitting at home with nothing to do. So I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot.
Sure. I mean, I know a lot of content creators actually blew up during the downtime when they were working remote. They're at home a lot and they're like, I got nothing better to do. I may as well try my hand at some content here. I mean, I can think of some Twitch streamers off the top of my head. I mean, you think of like Benny Shmurda, who was like, I'm home. I guess I'll just stream more. And now he's like, I think like 3,000 subs or something like that on Twitch. Was it 2,000, 3,000? He's killing it. You know what I mean? It's like, thanks, COVID. Words I never thought I would say. So you say you started. Yeah, that's right. So you say you started about a year ago. What's your growth journey looked like? Like, what was your sort of path between point A and where you are now?
My journey has been incredible. I know that I'm fortunate enough that I'm not the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not the typical Twitch experience. Because I know a lot of people struggle, especially in that first year to 2 years. But I've been fortunate enough, partly because of me and my profession. I've always, I work sales. And then just with my secular life or my life outside of games, I have no issue talking to new people,
Sure.
making friends and things just like that. So it's nothing for me to be, just popping in somebody's chat, like, hey, and just start chatting it up with the, with the streamer and getting to know them. And then before you know it, boom, you have a friend. Some of the first people that I met on Twitch, I keep in contact to this day. We're actually good buds. So I kind of knew I had that going for me. But then I also have just listened to like the advice that people like yourself and other people have given in the past about when you're trying to get started, about what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
So I'm really conscious about Twitch etiquette and not coming off as self-promoting and things like that, but really just trying to make really genuine connections.
For sure.
And fortunately, at this time where I am now, I just made a switch to full-time because of other reasons, but also because it's something that I really want to do. I feel like the growth has been outstanding. We just surpassed 3,000 followers. Sub counts as high as it's ever been. More and more people are finding the channel. It's just been a great journey for me. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but
it's all good, man. It's all good.
It's been outstanding to watch.
For sure. So, can you point to like maybe any individual moments or maybe even just a video you did, or what have been some of your biggest catalysts for growth? I mean, I've seen some of your numbers. I mean, some of your Twitter videos have 30,000, 50,000. I saw one was like 75,000 views on a Twitter video. That's a lot for somebody even my size, Gathalion size, Broman size, when they post clips and stuff on Twitter, 20,000 views a lot of times. But, 75,000, 50,000, that's a lot for even like a very well-established career content creator. So
it's
what have been some of your turning points, like your big catalysts?
So the videos, I want to say the first video, and it's probably my worst one of my go live videos, but it's gonna forever remain on my YouTube channel because it was, the first one. And it's just hey guys, I'm going live, but it's like I look at the camera like, oh, I didn't see you there, type of thing. And that was it. But King Allen, a content creator, one of my clan mates.
He's a really nice guy.
We were kind of mutuals, but hadn't really interacted that much. But he liked it and retweeted, and he had a larger community at the time. And then that one just kind of caught on. And then he was like, yo, D, you got to keep making stuff like this. And then the videos just escalated from there.
Yeah.
And he started catching fire. I started getting like, 1,000 views on a video. Oh man, I'm in the big time now. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And then the TikTok, was it my first? I think it was my first TikTok. about Destiny, was the We Like Cake video. And
Yeah, I remember.
so that for me, that was the biggest turning point, right? That
Okay.
one, because that video almost didn't happen. I normally stream on Sundays. I posted it on a Sunday, and I had to work this Sunday. So rather than not stream and not put out any content, I was like, let me just make a quick video, post it, go to work, and then collect the chips when I get home.
Sure.
And then I'm at work. There's a little break at work, and I said, "Oh, let's see how the video's doing." And it's got all these retweets and likes, and
Yeah.
Dr. Lupo commented on it. I'm like, wait, what?
Hold up.
So that was the biggest turning point. But I all trace it back to that one video. And I hate to give King Allen credit for anything, but he broadcasted to his community, and I'm thankful for that.
Well, that's one of the things that I've noticed is that I think that your content that you make is so spot on to what's happening in real time in the Destiny community specifically, and then even some of your Apex stuff as well. It's so spot on contextually with what's happening that a lot of the content creators who live in that environment, when they see it and they get, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. They get a nice little laugh out of the environment that they're currently living in.
Yeah,
it gets shared a lot. A lot of your stuff gets shared by content creators on the regular, and I think that that's something that you're doing right. Because I actually was just talking. Hopefully he won't be mad at me for sharing this. I was just talking with Cactus the other day, and he's like, "Man, one of the things that I hate about my tweets sometimes is like I'll make some banger content on Twitter, but for some reason, other content creators don't share it, like it, interact with it. They look at it, they laugh at it, but they think, oh, he's a big creator. He doesn't need me to retweet it. He doesn't need me to like it." And he's like, that's one of my biggest struggles right now is how do I get some of my fellow peers to share my content? And it's not like an intentional thing that they're doing. It's just sort of this subconscious thing. But for whatever reason, the way that you style your content, it makes people feel compelled to share it. You know what I mean? And I think it has a lot to do with your delivery style and the way that it leaves people feeling. Like a lot of your punchlines and the best parts are literally the very end. So the thing that's on the forefront of someone's mind when they disengage with their content is I'm happy, I'm laughing.
Yes. Yeah, no, I approach the videos. I try to make fun of myself. I use, like, if there's going to be a butt of the joke, it's either an entity like Bungie, no one specifically, or it's going to be me, right? So, one video I was literally making fun of myself because I've been making fun of the Apex mains, and now I'm excited to play
that's
Apex,
right.
and like, all right, I gotta come hat in hand.
I love your delivery where the guy's like, he's standing outside the door. He's like rehearsing. He's like, "Hey, God, no, not that." I'm just rolling from the get go. But I mean, that sort of takes us into this question then for you. What would you say is what's the purpose of your content? What's your goal? Not obviously you want to grow. You want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your family. That's primary. That's a given. But when it comes to what you want people to get out of your content, what do you want to give people? What's the purpose of your content?
So what I want people to get when they engage with any piece of my content, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, which I consider to be the main bulk of my content, is I just want people to feel good. And that's literally it. And if I can make a living, if I can provide for myself and my family by making people feel good, I mean, that's like the best job in the world, right?
Sure.
So with the jokes, if I'm able to make you smile, great. The thing that I love and hold dear is whenever anybody, whether it be in a DM or comment or in my chat, they'll be like, "Yo, man, you made me smile. I was going through a tough time," or "Hey, I'm dealing with this, and I saw your video and it made me smile." All right, dang it, I'm trying not to get emotional again.
It's okay. It's okay.
That I just love that feeling. So I want to make a living off of that feeling. So I just want people to feel good. I want people to laugh. I want people to feel heard. This is something that I really try to put through, especially in the TikToks. I try to present both sides of whatever the issue is in the videos. So that's really it. I want people to feel good and feel heard, and to provide an escape for people in whatever way I can.
And I know what that looks like with your skits that you do, the stuff you post on TikTok and Twitter, and they're hilarious, and I love those. But that goal that you have for people, what does that look like? Because you live stream too, right? You're on Twitch?
Correct. Yes.
And so what does that look like there in the stream format?
So in the stream, it's kind of the same thing. It's a different vibe. During my breaks, I'll play some of my old videos. But my stream is very interactive. When someone does something in my stream, something's gonna happen. If you follow the channel, a character's gonna pop up and say, "Hey, thanks for following." Or if you sub, a character's gonna pop up. Or if I lose a match, Auntie might come out and just like start like, "Why'd you lose the match?" Like it, you experienced it today. Auntie came crushing on you.
I wasn't expecting that. I was sitting here with like holding some fish fillets, trying to look at my phone, just dying.
So my goal with the Twitch stream is to kind of carve my own lane. I don't necessarily want to do anything anyone else is doing.
Yeah.
I want to be very unique, very entertaining, very engaging and interactive. And from the feedback that I've been getting, I feel like people think that I've been able to do that. So far, my biggest limiting factor has been time, which I just freed up a bunch of that. But
there you go. That's right.
So now I have the time to devote to, let's call it my craft of making a very unique, very engaging Twitch experience.
Yeah. And are you streaming just Destiny, or what's sort of the backdrop for you?
I stream Destiny is gonna always be home. It's I think I'm always gonna start my days with Destiny, and just play what I want to play, really. So I have a schedule where we play a lot of Destiny. We'll be doing a lot of Apex when Arenas comes out. So Destiny, Apex. I've been checking out Returnal on the stream. We checked that out today. We had a great time, a great turnout in the Returnal stream. So if I have to classify myself, I'll say, yeah, I'm variety. But Destiny is always going to be home. I'm going to start my days with Destiny. And we're going to stay plugged into the Destiny community because, it's my favorite game. Even with everything that's wrong with it, it's my favorite game. I love the game.
Sure. I think a lot of us are in that same boat. But speaking about video games, I was actually really surprised, I guess, when I had this conversation with Cacus. I just assumed that everyone my age grew up playing video games. He did not. I remember asking him about his video game influences, and he was like, yeah, when I was, over 18 years old and I got out of the house and I was starting to strike out as a young man and find my own path, that's when I started playing video games. So I was like, really? He started playing video games that late, and I guess that shocked me. What about you? What's your origin story with video game? Was that something that was always a part of your house and your home life?
Always. I would get in trouble for playing video games.
Yeah.
I did it so much. I would stay up. I would sit. My first system that I remember having is Super Nintendo. Played Super Mario Brothers, Kirby Dream Land, Street Fighter, all that. And we had a TV in our bedroom, and our parents' room was like on, we shared a wall with our parents. They were on the other side.
Yeah.
And I would be staying up at night playing the game, like right next to the TV. So if I heard any movement, I would hurry up and turn everything off, hop back in the bed. So I'm a huge gamer my whole life, ever since Super Nintendo.
I remember one night my folks had gotten, well, my dad was like, listen, Ryan, you got to go to bed, man. You're up here, you're playing Super Mario Brothers. Listen, Bowser ain't going down. You need to you got to unplug, go to bed, come at it again tomorrow. Maybe you'll be able to beat it. And of course, I had an older brother, he's 4 years older than me. He always beat every game before me, and I was trying to race him, right? To see who could kill Bowser first. Well, I go to bed, and I wake up because I can hear out in the living room, hey baby, I hear Super Mario Brothers is on. And I thought, oh no, my brother's trying to sneak out of bed and beat Bowser before me. So I went out there thinking I was going to catch him red-handed. It was my dad playing Super Mario. And he did it, he beat Bowser. And it's really funny that it was always part of our household too. And my parents were never like, no. They loved to engage with it too. So
yeah, my dad used to play. His thing was Street Fighter. He would always beat us at Street Fighter. He would play with Guile, and we just could not beat him.
Guile, my man.
Yeah, once we finally got able to beat him at video games, he was like, I'm too old for video
I'm
games.
too old for this stuff. Peace. Now, did Auntie ever come in and tell you to pause for dinner, and you were like, Auntie, I can't pause an online game. I can't pause a Halo match.
It's funny that you mentioned that. So the auntie is based off of.
Yeah.
We were spending the night at her house one night, and we're playing the game. She rented us a game.
Yeah.
And same thing. And we're just playing it. We're being super quiet because we know she's sleeping. And if she wakes up, she's gonna shut everything down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she wakes up. We're being super quiet. She's like, y'all stop all that clicking. She heard the controller clicking, and it was too much for her. She shut everything down.
That's funny. So let me ask you this. You grew up with video games, you engage with the Destiny stuff, you decided it's your favorite game. Were there any content creators that you looked to in between when you started playing Destiny and now? Or maybe even sooner than that, I don't know. Were there any content creators you looked at and you thought, I'd love to do that? Or maybe you've stylized some of your content after some early inspirations from other creators?
Absolutely. Obviously yourself being one, literally the first YouTuber I found, my first follow on Twitch.
Thank you.
Through Vanguard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Then GCP, Miss 5,000 Watts. Obviously, I like Dr. Disrespect. I love his interactions.
Yeah.
So there is some inspiration there.
Yeah.
You can probably see it when you look at the stream. Gathalion, just so on the YouTube side, Cactus, M-Tash, I used to love the Rumble King, baby.
It's Rumble King. Baby. It's a new meta,
baby. I remember being at work, you and KJ Hovey are doing trials and stuff,
yeah, man.
and just way back in the day. So all the heavy hitters, to me, it's the Destiny guys. I don't know who to mention. It's just like all the Destiny peeps. And I was like, I want to do that. Crafty,
Did you ever go to any of the Guardian cons?
No, that's something that is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I have a bucket list. I want to go to Guardian Con. I want to buy some people some beers.
Okay.
Or whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah. But obviously world conditions have made that difficult right now.
Yeah.
But whenever everything opens back up and we're able to get there, best believe I'll be there, and drinks are on me. Well, first drink is on me.
First drink's on. I can tell you, that's a dangerous thing to promise. I've told the story a million times. My YouTube community is probably going to be like, shut up, Ryan, and let DFlawless talk. We're here to hear about him. But I will share it real quick, because I don't know if you've heard it yet. But it's dangerous to say the first round is on me, because I remember going to Seattle for an event at Bungie. It was a capture event and a sort of summit thing we were doing. And a bunch of creators were there. And they had us put up in this really nice spiffy hotel, and I was like looking at their bar. All the content creators got together in like the lounge area, and I'm looking at the bar, and I'm like, oh, they got some nice whiskeys here. And I was like, you know what? I'm out with friends. I never get to do this. I'm gonna get myself a real nice whiskey. I got myself like a nice what was it? It was like I want to say it was an 18-year-old's single malt scotch. I don't remember which one. But it wasn't cheap, and I was like, I'm not planning on getting smashed tonight. I'm just going to have one real nice whiskey and go to bed, right? And hang out with my buds. Well, Clintus comes out. I'd ordered my drink, and I'm sipping on it. Clintus, do you know who Clintus is? Clintus McGinnis?
Yep.
Real great dude.
Yep.
He comes out onto the patio. We're all hanging out, and he's got this receipt that's like this long, and he's like, who got the $90 whiskey? And I'm like,
man, $90.
And he's like, I thought I'd be a nice guy and buy everyone's first drinks on me. I was like, you didn't tell me that. That's not on me. I decided I was gonna spoil myself.
That's awesome.
I've never forgot the look on his face walking out, looking at this receipt. Like, I was rolling.
That's awesome. That's like when someone volunteers to pay and you're like, I'll have the lobster.
That's exactly right. I was like, next time you gotta tell me beforehand. I'll just get a beer, man. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. We're here to learn about DFlawless. Let me ask you this: Where do you see your content going? What's your sort of trajectory? You're looking down the road. Where are you headed?
Yeah, so next for me is I'm working on getting partner. Right now I'm affiliate. We're getting closer and closer to the criteria that we need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hesitant to call, to do the whole partner push thing. I want it to be organic, so I don't want to just push a bunch of people there who wouldn't already be there,
Yeah.
only for it to drop off. So just, that is next for me. I do want partner next, but I don't want to, do any type of artificial push or anything. And then from there, I just want to continue to grow. We will continue to be pushing out the TikToks and the Twitter content. I'm very active on Twitter. I try to respond to everybody. We're doing YouTube stuff. The goal is kind of what I mentioned before, just putting smiles on people's faces. So whatever, and then also being creative, being innovative, doing things that people haven't really seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a interactive, welcome to the chat message. So I was like,
Yeah.
nobody's ever done this. Let's try this out. Let's see if I can pull it off. And people have been receptive. Those who I've had a chance to make one for. I want to make more of those. I call them VIP shout outs. So when a very special person comes in, they get a special shout out from one of the characters, which is also a channel point reward. So it's open to everybody.
Yeah.
I'll make one for you if you stick around and earn enough points.
That's cool. That's a great incentive.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to continue to grow, continue to innovate, be entertaining. We can't all, hit 360 no scopes. I'm decent at the game. Right. I'm decent. I can go positive in a match, but I'm no true Vanguard. So I gotta rely on my shenanigans and tomfoolery and whatnot.
That's right. Hey, if you're looking for a standard, don't make the standard some dude in his 30s with 2 kids just playing video games in his basement. All right.
No, it's funny because every time I whip out a sidearm or a fusion rifle and I have a good play, I was like, true Vanguard.
Where he at? Get him in.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other characters that you're working on? Any in the works or conceptually?
Characters are it's ever flowing. So we have the big, what is it, 3 Auntie Showtime, Uncle, and then I have a bunch of other side characters, Coach, Sensei, Doc. He's my newest character. DFlawless.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know. I could have a new character tomorrow. It kind of just comes to me in the moment.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Like, so when do you have like think sessions where you specifically block out time? You're like, all right, we're gonna think about some new content, think about my next skit, or is it just something that as you're going about life, stuff comes to you, you feel inspired? What does that process look like for you?
Yeah, it's usually, so if we're like, just say making a video, for example, if I'm making a TikTok video, I'm usually inspired by something. I got all these ideas already floating in my head, but something will happen that'll kind of push something to the front.
Yeah.
Like the recent the ego peak video, right? Where the blueberry always ego peaks.
Now listen, it's a 2v1. Yeah, that one.
So that's something that was already there, but I was hanging out in pure chill stream and he's playing. He's like, all right, I'm going for the ego peak. And I was like, all right, I got to make a video. And that's how it happened. So there's always ideas floating, but something will kind of just push it forward.
Yeah.
And then usually when I'm shooting it, I'll just like put the camera on and I'll just kind of ad lib it and I'll just reshoot it until it feels right and looks right.
Yeah. That's great. So let me ask you this. If someone watches this video, they feel like, hey, this guy's pretty chill. He's pretty cool. I think I want to check out his content. Where would you want them to go? Where do you want people to come find you?
So obviously we stream live at twitch.tv/DFlawless, D_flawless. I'm on TikTok and Twitter at the DFlawless. I'm also on Instagram, the DFlawless. I would love for people to check out the stream, but if you find me on the Twitter first, everything is directed back towards the stream because that's really where I'd like people, to be. That way we can interact in real time.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm everywhere. I'm a private message away. All those different platforms you can find me, and the Diamond Club is open and free for everybody, so everyone's welcome.
I think for what it's worth, I think you've done a really good job of. This is one of the things that I've talked about a lot of times. People ask, how do I grow my stream? And I always tell people it's something you do somewhere else. You got to create a seed community somewhere else, and then you got to import them into your live content. And I think that's one of the things that you've done really, really well. You're sort of like the I would consider it's like, hey, this is kind of the gold standard. Here's a guy who said, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to make some silly videos on a place that, you know, you've got search engine optimization, you've got hashtags, you've got community members that can share your content with a click of a button. And that's where you sort of created this this identity, I guess, for your content. Yeah. And then you're funneling people from that, say, hey, come check me out. I'm live over here. I think you've done a great job of that.
Thank you.
I think that'll serve you well. I appreciate you coming on and having a conversation with me, and for being willing to be my guinea pig for firing the series back up.
No, this has been awesome. Look, man, I was in your stream like, hey, man, you want to do 1v1 before you finish talking? I was like, yes. I was like, yes, I'd love to. So I really appreciate it. It's a great honor. It's been a blast. Look forward to playing some games with you in the future.
Absolutely. It'd be great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Truth be told, it wasn't like I saw you in chat and thought, hey, we should do that. It was something I had already thought of. I'd been enjoying your content as it was. I thought to myself before, I should reach out to him. Maybe fire up that 1v1 me series and sit down and have a chat with him. So it wasn't like it just happened, spur of the moment decision. It was premeditated.
Yeah. That's I can't tell you what that means to me. That means a lot. So thank you.
Yeah. All right, everybody, make sure that you take the time to check out Flawless's content, and I'll make sure to put links in the description to his Twitter, his TikTok, and his live stream if you want to come and interact with him. I'm sure he'd be happy to see you.
Yes.
Thanks again, man, for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.